Hey,
Hi, Chanel. Hi, long
how are you? I'm
time.
trying to figure out why does it look like this? Maybe that's better.
Yes, it's better. I could see you. I could see your lovely red hair.
Hold on, let me move. There you go. That's better. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how to turn. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how to turn this little ring light on. I'm looking for the
Hey,
button.
Rashad. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you.
Mhm. People are coming in.
Hey, everybody. I know it's plugged up. Is there a little button or something? Oh, I'm about to be shining. Yeah. Unless Z unplugged it. Z unplugged it. It looks like that. Hold on, people. We're trying to get light.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody that's coming in. Hello, hello, hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Charlene.
Oh, my
Hello, NATO Music. How are you?
we can put it over USB. Hold on. It's my first time interviewing in my room. It's all tangled.
This is the power, so we have to find
I have to put it in USB.
there's no there's no other phone. That USB phone. The USB shall get replugged.
Mhm. Ooh.
This phone on.
Okay. I'll just turn my.
You ready,
Yeah, I'm
Chanel?
ready. You just can't really
Oh,
see
okay.
me.
Mhm.
In the other room, I'm about to switch rooms, but I'm here. I'm gonna bring the whole thing. Yeah. You guys wanna check with me? Yes. Yep. I just gotta bring this down. What up?
Oh,
Here I go.
oh, okay. How are
Here I
you?
go.
How are you?
Well, I can't
How's
hear you
everything?
now.
How you been? Oh, you can you hear me now?
You can hear me? Okay, so how about I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
do
can hear
this?
you.
Because I think hitting something, I can't hear you. So let me see. Oh,
We waiting for Chanel Red to come back on. Little disconnection. Hello, hello. Can you hear
Yes,
me
I
now?
can, loud and clear.
Okay. 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 So I have Chanel Red, five-time Grammy nominated songwriter and A&R in my podcast today. She wrote songs for Jaheim, Destiny's Child, and many more artists like High Five, Rip Sounds, Faith Evans, and many more.
Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you for
Hello.
having
So
me.
no problem, no problem. So what make you say that you want to get into songwriting?
Um, nothing made me say it. It just came naturally, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to music, listening to tracks, um, being around other creatives, it just came naturally. Obviously, everybody in life has a story to tell, and so yeah, I just fell into it and never fell out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So which song did you enjoy writing the most and why?
I enjoyed writing the Destiny Child records, If and Free from the Destiny Phil album. I enjoyed writing those with, well, we had already wrote If before Destiny Child got there. We actually wrote that record for Tweet, and it went to uh, Destiny's Child. And we wrote Free like together collectively. We did the hook and the first verse, and then when Destiny Child came back from lunch, they started writing on like the bridge, little outro stuff. So collectively, it was. I would have to say the record Free. We enjoy writing together because everybody has this stigma that Destiny Child is stuck up or they don't do this and don't do that, and it's not true. Beyonce does write. She does maneuver the session how she wants to. She's definitely a boss. Um, they all were wonderful. We had a good time.
Oh wow. And everybody wish Destiny Child could get back together and do a song, but like Michelle, Beyonce, and Kelly, they don't want to do it. Recently, Kelly came out with the remake of CC Peniston's Finally, and it's pretty catchy. And the Beyonce is just like, keep on going on to the top and to the top. And Michelle, I don't even know what she's doing. I just the last time I heard about Michelle was that she put out a few gospel
Right.
songs.
But I think, not letting the cat out the bag, but they're working on some things to put out collectively as DC3.
Hmm.
That's been running around through the
Yeah.
grapevine, and I'm trying to be on that project.
Hmm. Okay. What was the most toughest and challenging songs for you to write and why?
You said what is the most challenging songs for me to write?
Um, and toughest songs for you to write.
I'm gonna say love ballads. Love ballads are tough for me to write, I guess,
Hmm.
from personal experience. I would
Hmm.
literally have to go by somebody else's situation in order to write a great love song. Um,
Hmm.
I would say love songs are my weakest suit. And then fast songs, and I'm able to just write any kind of song when put in a position. But yeah, ballads are not hard.
Hmm.
Um, but lyrically, like depending on what the topic is, I could start something, but sometimes you gotta like be in a place where you're either taking from your friends or somebody you might have been in the
Mhm.
street and you see them arguing and love
Mhm.
and all this stuff from other people's
Mhm.
situations
Yeah.
to create a great song. I can do that, definitely.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, how was it writing a song for Faith Evans and why? And like, to tell you, you look just like her.
Thank
You remind
you,
me of
thank
Faith
you. That's
Evans.
she's like a very good friend of mine too. Our birthdays is
Mhm.
actually 2 days apart, so that's funny. But you know what? When the song that she cut of mine called "Change," um, I didn't write it for her. With her in mind, I just wrote a great record, and she just happened to choose it and wanted to demo it, and she did, and then she ended up putting it on her album. That and "Thank You, Good Night." I just sent that record to her, and she like hit me the next day. It was like, "Oh my God, I need to cut this record." And I mean, it's just great being around her anyway. She's a great energy, you know. I actually got the whole vibe of how I write, the harmonies and structure from her. Like she was my role model for songwriters. She was one of my role models for songwriting. And I started to notice a lot of my cadences and background kind of reminiscent of how she writes. And I love how she writes. Like she killed No Other Love, and like she did other records for other people. Like she's an amazing writer, songwriter. So
Mhm.
yeah, being around her is amazing. Like you learn stuff from her, definitely.
Yeah, she's amazing, and she's the first lady of Bad Boy. She's one of the most consistent female R&B
Right.
singers. And I met her the second time. The first time I met you at
Yes.
SOBs, she puts up a great
Mm-hmm.
show. It's just always a pleasure seeing her.
Always.
She's amazing. Okay, how was it working with rappers like LL Cool J, the Cold Crush Brothers?
Well, I didn't really work with LL Cool J. Like we were cool every time there was shows in Patterson at the CCP Rec, and he showed up. I was there, 14 years old, running around with grown folks, and enjoying the hip hop culture. I was a hip hop head. Cold Crush, Force MD, Master and Death Committee, Torme, LL Cool J, Run DMC. Like I became cool friends with these people, and
Mm-hmm.
working with rappers is good, as long as they listen. You have some rappers that don't; they
Mm-hmm.
just stuck in their way. Like sometimes you got to get out your own way and allow other people to kind of guide you a little bit or give you some expertise. You know, it depends. It depends on who I'm working with. Some writers are good. Some writers give me a hard time. Then there are those that are just amazing that they're worth the hard time. You know, and creatively they're just amazing. Like I'm working with Zenub Star right now, who's amazing. Um, he's a producer, songwriter, singer, rapper. Like I watched him last night produce like 4 tracks in front of me in less than an hour. Yes,
Wow.
like, and they were just amazing. Like I'm just looking at him like, and he didn't have to use like, I need a clicker or I need to know how many BMs it needs to be to run with it. You know what I mean? And I'm just watching like this shit is crazy. Um, this need to be documented like for his story. So yeah, it depends on who the rapper is working with them.
Yeah, it's like you can tell he's well experienced. He knows what he's doing. He's
He is
very fast and he's not making
he
no
is very,
mistakes.
very experienced. Like whoever we decide we want to sign with is getting Like, I can't even tell you how many songs he got. That's how crazy it is. He got at least 20 albums in a cut. You know what I mean? So whoever we decide to go with, they're gonna get something amazing, a history maker, because he definitely got it.
Wow. Wow. Hmm. So basically like you when you write songs for artists, do you how do you feel about, like, you know, the artists? Do you have like feelings for the artists, or like, you know, are you like trying to like send a message?
Um, Sometimes we do songs with good messages. Other times we do songs
Mm-hmm.
that cater to what's going on in the world, love wise,
Mm-hmm.
relationships, fun, to uplift people, just good dance records, and still staying within the culture of R&B. You know, people be saying, "Oh, R&B is dead." It's not dead. Romance is not
It's not
dead.
dead at all.
It depends on the artist. It depends on what kind of music people are sending to you. These producers are
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these producers are so bent on trying to do the right now music, not realizing that I'm gonna say at least 80% of the music industry is sampled from old school records, from old school artists. You know, everybody has a sample from somebody, from Allure to Today to Blackstreet. Like, all these people are still touring. They're still doing everything. Like, even Hitmaker. Hitmaker took from Puff. Like, that whole ingredient of reaching back and using samples to make big records, and it's dope. I love it.
Yeah. Okay, and I know that you are currently like, and you spend, like, you know, your time with Riff Sounds, and you have wrote a couple of songs for them. It's like, how is it like working with Riff Sounds? Because you know they're legends in the game.
Well, we all grew up together. We went to the same school, Eastside High School. Shout out
Mhm.
Eastside High School. Um,
Shout out to Nitty
yeah,
Gritty.
Nitty Nitty. Um, all of them are amazing. Rest in peace to Kenny, who passed away, one of the original members. He was amazing, good friend of mine. Come to my house, hang out, we play cards, laugh, joke. Again, like I said, we went to school together, so it was easy for us to transition and work with each other. Very easy. They trust
Mhm.
me. They trust my vision. They just trust me, you know. Everybody I work with just trusts me, which is a blessing, you know.
Mhm.
But Riff is special. They special. I love when they
Mhm.
really get into something. They start being very creative. The choreography, wanting to look good, and wanting to just please their fans. That's what it's all about. Wanting to have fun and please your fans, and they do that very well. And I'm proud of them.
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. How does it feel like, you know, to hold the title, five-time Grammy nominated songwriter? How does it feel to hold that title?
It's all right.
It's all right. You know, you should just be happy. 5 times. That's a big number.
Right.
Five
It's all
times.
right. I don't really like feed into it, but my team is like, yo, you're the brand and you got to make sure people know this. And I'm like, yeah, yada, yada, yada. I think I would love it better if it says I won the Grammy. You know, if it say I won the Grammy, I might act up a little bit, y'all. I ain't even going to front. I'll probably go out here and be talking junk and be like, you know who I am? No. But no, seriously, like, it's wonderful to be nominated, period, for your work. I appreciate that. I appreciate all my fans, the people that love my music and what I do. Um, I feed from them, you know. I don't uh all that stuff don't hype me on. I'm like, hey, I got it, thank you. I keep it moving, keep doing what I do, you
Uh-huh.
know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just all about hard work and dedication. It's like, you gotta be consistent. You gotta be one of the hardest workers to earn the title 5 times.
Yeah, you do. You really do. It's a lot of work. But you know what? It would
Hmm.
be, I'm not gonna say it's work. It would be work if I didn't like it. It will be considered work. But because I love what I do, it's my passion.
Hmm. Yes, yes, you gotta
When
love
you
what
able
you
to just
do and work hard
every
at it.
day do what you love, you are highly blessed.
Mhm. Yeah.
Gotta jump out the window sometimes. I jump out the windows all the time. Fall, hurt myself, break my legs, get right back up, back in the window, like, yeah, what you gonna do now? What you gonna do to me? I know the devil wake up and be like,
Uh-huh.
I can't break this girl for nothing. No, you can't because I
Hmm.
love what I do.
Hmm. I mean, like you gotta say no, Red Man. You ain't gonna take nothing from me. You ain't gonna break me down because the big man
That's
above got
right.
me.
That's right. And the crazy part is,
Hmm.
I can say honestly, music has saved my life. From a lot of crazy
Yes.
things. Music has saved my life, and I wouldn't trade doing music for the world. When my mother passed, I had my music. My brother passed, I had my music. My
My
dad passed, I had my
condolences.
music. Like when a relationship goes bad, I have my music. My music never lets me down. Not saying that I depend on it, but it's a part of who I am as a person. If something ain't right, I can go put a track on and vent instead of exploding on people. And I vent for myself and a record. And sometimes I come up with some incredible shit. It'd be crazy. I'll be like,
Hmm.
dang, okay. And I'm on to the
Yeah.
next, because a lot of
Hmm.
people have problems being able to separate business from personal. So, and
Yeah.
doing my music, I'm able to do that easy. Separate the
Hmm.
two, and I would never again trade the gift that God gave me in music to help other people as well as it helps me.
Yes, because personal is very private, and music is all about business. And without music, it's like how can we live? How can we learn something? Music is like going to
It is.
school.
It is. But according to a couple of passages in the Bible, music wasn't a good thing. But I'm like, I don't see it that way. I see it as, when I'm going through problems or crying, I could throw on a song that lifts my spirit. So it really
Hmm.
depends on the kind of records you listen to, the kind of industry people musically that influences you, you know.
Hmm.
And I live by that, Again, music has saved my
Yeah.
life from I could have probably been on a corner doing drugs, sitting in a corner somewhere or dead or whatever. I've been through a
Mhm.
lot of shit, and music just saved my life. Being able to
Yeah.
work with
You
dope
know.
artists, and
Mhm.
a lot of times I put myself out there heavily, and people will use you for what they need you for. Of course, beware.
Yeah, and you can't let that happen. You can't let that happen. You just got to be very tough at that. If I feel like people are users, if they want to try to be in my circle or try to talk to me, I will ignore them. That's just the type of person I am. I'm very tough. People using me. I don't allow that to happen.
Well, I guess for me, I give people opportunities until they give me a reason not to give them an opportunity.
Mhm.
You know, I don't look for everybody that come up to me to be bad or uninfluential or
Mhm. Yeah.
or out to get me or use
Hmm.
me. I openly give everyone the opportunity. And then when I see
Hmm.
it's going left or I feel like you're using me, then I got to put my foot down and I still speak to you. Hey, how you
Yeah.
doing? But I know
Mm-hmm.
my limitations now. I know what is really real.
Mm-hmm. It's like if you did me dirty, if you use me, I'll just walk past you like I don't know you. And even if you say hi to me, I'm the type that will curse you out or give you the finger.
See, you know what? I let God handle those people. I still will speak, hey, how you
Yeah.
doing, and keep it moving. But at the end of the day, to waste your energy on hating somebody or being mad at them, you wasting too much energy. You know what I mean? Be like, I just be like, God, only you know about it, and I leave it right there in the air,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm done with it. Because people know what they're doing. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, they know what they're doing to good
Mm-hmm.
people. You know, and
Yeah.
good people are hard to find.
Yeah, it's always the sweet, loving, caring people that get treated unfairly the most, and it's like hurtful. But it's a life lesson.
It definitely is. I agree.
Hmm. So, Chanel, what is the best and what is the worst experiences you have as an A&R and as a manager?
Oh Lord, that's a book. Um, well, the greatest part is just coming across great artists. You know, writers, singers, producers. I've come across a lot of amazing artists, and in the same breath, a lot of those artists sabotage themselves. You know, most times they try to blame it on the team. No, it starts with the artist. And I've been a part of situations where we get the artist the deal, then the artist messes it up from there. Like you go 4 or 5 years going hard in the paint, uh, 10 years going hard in the paint. You get a situation and then you blow it because you think the world owes you. You think that all your learning and doing everything you was doing is supposed to stop because now you got a deal. No, it has to continue. You got to go even harder to stay in it. And a lot of these artists have a bad misconception of what it takes in getting a deal and still being consistent in your craft. You got to stay consistent. Even the fight to get a deal has to stay consistent to keep the deal. And a lot of artists don't understand that. So the bad part of that would be once they get a deal, they don't maybe they might drop one record, if that. Some of them get dropped before a record ever comes out, or they get dropped when one record
Hmm.
comes out. You know, that's the disappointment of it. You know, you work hard with these
Yeah.
artists to get them a situation. You get them a situation, and then they like, here's my ass, kiss it. Like they sold a million records. For me, it's like you ain't
Hmm.
sell. Excuse my French. Like you ain't sell the fucking record yet. So how are you making
Yeah.
people feel like they owe you when you owe yourself?
Mhm.
Period.
You expect people to pay attention to you. You deserve respect from people when you haven't even put out a freaking single yet, or an album. Like, no, let them hear your music. Or probably your music might be good, probably it might be bad, probably it might be alright.
Right. And when they do that, it's disappointing. Because believe it or not,
Hmm.
at the end of the day, managers, A&Rs, we get paid last. We
Yeah.
get thought about last. You know, it's disappointing. Like I've literally,
Hmm.
if I had to give a roundabout number, a couple of million have ran away from my fingers because of either me being too nice with certain situations. People I thought that would treat me the same way I treat them turned out not to be that. So that's the good and
Hmm.
bad of it, being an A&R, being a manager. You know,
Yeah.
when you're trusting of your team, but then when money is involved, big stuff is involved, your team is not trusting in you.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, which is a disrespect because like all this time when you didn't have nothing, you was trying to build something, and now you got something, you trust it. So now that you in
Hmm.
position, you listening to everybody else. That happens a lot.
Yeah. It's as an A&R and manager, you need to be. I'm not saying like tough. You got to be blunt. I mean, when it comes to such a situations, that you got to be fair, because if that's your money, that's on the line.
Well, now if I do manage someone, I'm 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 different. I'm more like, you know what? I'm not
Hmm.
chasing you. I'm not repeating myself.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you keep
Hmm.
telling you what to do like you my child. You're an artist. You're a grown
Hmm.
person who knows right from wrong, who knows you've been doing this for a while. You know what to do. Like, I'm only going to speak to
Hmm.
you once. After I see you not
Yeah.
doing whatever, I'm not in the business of holding on to anybody. These people want to hold on to
Hmm.
artists for years and years and not allowing them to do stuff, stifling their growth. You know what? God bless you. Let them go. They don't want to do right. They don't want to do what you
Hmm.
say. Let them go. My
Yeah.
my
Hmm.
resume
And if
speaks
yeah.
for itself of
Hmm.
what I can do for you
Hmm.
as a person. If my resume ain't enough for you to
Exactly.
trust me and stay in that trusting field to allow me to do what I do and whatever I ask you for to do it, then we can't work. Go be with somebody that don't know what they do.
It's like as an artist, you gotta be consistent. You gotta be you gotta be
Mm-hmm.
serious. You gotta prove to the manager, the A&Rs, like the people, the fans, the people who have been in the business for years, that you serious, that you want to make it to the top. Don't say, "Oh, I want to make it to the top," and like you just put out one record and you haven't even put out a record, and you just
You ain't
lay down on your
following it
bed.
up with doing
Mm-hmm.
posts and like it takes a lot. You can't just put out a record
Uh-huh.
and be like, okay, I'm gonna let everybody run it up. No, you have to be
Mm-hmm.
kind of personable with your fans.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly.
So when people say,
Yeah.
"Oh, old school don't work," yes, it do. You gotta mix old school with new school ways of doing things. 'Cause trust me, some of those
Mm-hmm.
old
Mm-hmm. And
school ways
that's the
still
good
work.
thing.
Y'all still around here sampling
Mm-hmm.
old school music and getting paid off it.
Hmm.
Don't tell me.
And like it's always this these new R&B artists that talk shit about the old school R&B artists who have been consistent and disrespectful, and you take a beat out of their songs and you talk shit. That's not
Nope.
right.
Look, they
It's
they
not
talk
right at
shit,
all.
but steady.
They gotta
They
do
talk shit,
better.
but steady sampling their music,
Mm-hmm.
steady biting.
I only respect I only respect the new school R&B artists that respect the old school R&B artists and look up to them.
But here's a big thing. If you do your homework on tours and artists that are touring
Mhm.
and getting paid, the old school artists are getting more tour dates than the new school artists. Period.
It's the truth, Chanel. It's the truth.
Period.
I see it. I see the proof. I hear the proof on the radio. I see the proof on social
Hmm.
media.
Hmm. I'll go to an old school concert before I go to a new school.
Because you know why, Chanel, is the saying of the producers, the managers, the A&R that have worked with them, saying, and the promoters saying, sit down and sit back and let us show you how the old school singers
Right.
do. New school, sit down and let the old school take the stage.
Absolutely. I can't read all y'all comments. I know y'all saying stuff. I'm so sorry. Let me see.
Thank you, everybody that's coming in. Thank you, everybody that's
Let's
coming
see
in.
what some whatever doesn't what they say, whatever doesn't you re right, whatever doesn't serve you, you release. Amen. Amen for that. I'm gonna go back and once you post this up, I'm gonna go back and answer some of the questions and stuff and the comments that people left. I love you guys, but yeah, I
Yeah.
love what I do. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't again. I wouldn't change it for the world. I met some amazing people. I've been on tour. I was a manager. I started at 18 years old managing Adiva, the Fushnikins, and KRS-One. That gig took me to Australia, London, overseas.
How was it working with KRS-One? Because he's one of the toughest in the game, in the hip hop game.
He's a sweetie. He's a sweetie. Me and him got
Um,
on great. Look, he probably would have been my husband if I allowed. But it was great. I really enjoyed him. He was very talented. Very talented.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And the thing about hip hop, it has like more meaning than R&B, because hip hop is like you have many things behind it, the culture, the religion, um everything. It's like, R&B, like, just talks about love, respecting like each other in a relationship, how a man should respect his woman, how to love. Hip hop has a lot of meaning um to it than R&B.
Well, believe it or not, like a lot of the love songs now, they don't focus on all that you were listing. Um, they mostly focus on when we smoking, when we drinking. Right?
Yeah, it's like
There's
hip hop.
no
I'm like,
there's no
no.
romance. There's no
Uh-huh.
getting to know a person. It's like, okay, we went on a date on Monday, and on Wednesday I want to have sex.
It's like, no. I listen to old school R&B
I do
every
too.
day.
I have a collection. My collection is
Every
heavy.
single day, as if it just came out
Mhm.
yesterday or less than 24 hours ago.
Yeah, I have a collection. Like I still like Charlie Wilson is still relevant with his music. Ronald Isley is about to drop a project. I still love his stuff.
Oh, Family and Friends, they came out, the Isley Brothers, like
Right.
that's the latest single, Family and Friends. You seen the video?
Mm-mm.
I seen it.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's like the Isley Brothers, they've been out since the 1950s and they still moving strong. Those are true icons right there.
Right.
The Isley Brothers, like, we have R&B artists that came out in the, like, for an example, in the mid 2000s, in the late 2000s, and they look shitty.
Mhm.
It's like they're not consistent.
Right. Consistency is important.
It's very important, because without consistency, how could you be successful?
Exactly. Exactly. I'm very consistent. Anybody that knows me, I'm always doing what I do. Can't stop, won't stop. Sick and all. I was in the hospital
Hmm.
last Monday. Got home. I made my doctor send me home on Wednesday. I was in LA on Thursday. Handling my business. Like, it's what I love. I love what I do,
Thank God you're okay.
And at the same token, I got
Thank
to
God
take
you're
care of
okay.
myself at the same token, but I balance myself out. You know what I mean? But that's how strong I am with going for mine. Can't stop, won't stop. Greatest.
Yeah, can't stop, won't stop. Like Diddy said,
Mm-hmm.
can't stop, won't stop.
Yep.
Hmm. So, and I see that rather like than Rip Sounds, you work with the
Yeah.
law, and I always call law my boobies. Those are my girls. They're my close friends. They're my sisters. How is it working with them?
Oh, it's amazing working with them. I'm working with them too now on my new movie called Flipside. So they're in my movie too. So, I love working with them. We're actually working on their new project. We're gonna be shooting a video probably like the end of August, September for their new single. And I'm excited. I'm super excited. I love a little.
Mhm.
They still touring heavy.
Mhm.
Their shows are
Yeah,
amazing.
and they're flawless, and I know they will keep you laughing 24/7.
Yes, they do. Personality wise, they're amazing. You know, as artists, they're amazing. Again, their shows are amazing. If you haven't seen them, y'all need to see them because their show is great.
Hmm. So it's like Akisa was in your latest film
Pressure. Yes.
Pressure, and Nitty Green from Riff.
Hmm.
In how would you how would you rate Akisa's
A
acting
10 plus.
in the
Her
mm-hmm,
and Nitty. Her, Nitty, Josh, like my whole the whole staff was dope. All of them. Like a majority of them are in my new movie. You know, I'm doing the Tyler Perry way. When you get actors, actresses that are amazing, the plan should be to utilize them in other stuff too. Just like
mm-hmm,
Spike Lee. Spike Lee used
mm-hmm,
a lot of his artists from Do the Right Thing and School Days. He used them in other projects because you know what you're gonna get. So I know what I'm gonna get from them. So of course I use some of them now in my new film that we're gonna start filming next month called Flipside, and I'm excited. You know, but I'm not gonna be
yeah.
doing them Tyler Perry wigs. Tyler Perry know I love him,
I'm
but
just
yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah, he needs to hire
uh-huh,
somebody to do some better wigs. Be
hmm,
funny.
yeah. I know somebody that makes some great wigs.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know somebody on that makes some great wigs. And speaking of your film, Shana, have been following up on you about having me in your coming films because I'm an actress too.
Okay. All right. I see you. I see you.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I got two more films that I want to do. Hopefully, doing this next film will get me extra funding that I need to do the other two films that I'm doing. You know, I definitely want to do a girl group idea movie, and then the
Hmm.
other one is like a secret. I want to do a thriller, definitely. So
Hmm.
I'm doing more movie stuff, soundtrack stuff with my music because I feel like the whole let's get a placement, let's get on this project, that project. It's just too much politics, and a lot of these A&Rs right now that are sitting in chairs, they're doing favors for their friends instead of picking great songs
Hmm.
for artists to have. You know, a lot of these projects are trash because they busy trying to help out their fellow friends and family instead of doing like they did in the old days, jumping out the window and getting great songs. Like for my artists, even though I write and do what I do, I'm not trying to monopolize the project. If you send me a dope record is a dope record, and I feel my artist could rock that, I'm gonna have my artist to cut that record. We're gonna do a deal with getting that record, and we're gonna make it happen. Period.
Yeah.
I want the project to be dope. I don't want to say, oh, one or two songs was all they had off of that project. The rest of the project was shit. Like if Usher can do Confessions and that whole album sell over 10, 20 million worldwide, Mary J. Blige could do 411 and that joint sell over 10, 20 million worldwide. That's the kind of album you want to shoot for. That's the kind of album I
Yeah.
want.
Hmm.
And I'm not looking to write the whole album
Yes.
to make that happen when I got people that I know that are dope at what they do, not doing favors.
Uh-huh. Hmm. Point blank in a period. People need to be on the same page as you, Chanel.
Like me, everybody got to go through what they go through in order to get to a place where they understand how this whole shit works. You know, I had a good time watching Little Mo on that.
She's
Yeah,
amazing
she is
too.
on that show where they be interviewing, and I forgot the name of the show, but she was up there talking, and everything she was saying, I was like, yo, like we think the same. She had to figure it out for herself, just like I had to figure it out. You
Hmm.
know, I took a lot of losses before I got wins, and it's okay. It didn't
Hmm.
stop me from doing what I'm doing because I know God gave me a gift to give back to the world, and every time I got knocked down, I got back up stronger every single time. You
Yes.
know,
Hmm.
so now I just switch gears. That's all. You know, only way somebody gonna get me to
Hmm.
write a song is if they paying me what I'm worth. You know, if you're not paying me what I'm worth, I can't help you. Here, go ask somebody else. Again, my resume speaks for itself. You know, unless
Yes.
I really, really, really believe in a project, I may say, okay, I'll do it for a little less. But at the end of the day, you're gonna
Hmm.
pay me what I'm worth. Because I can truly say, you go into an
Yeah.
office and say, I'm working with Shanell from Big Drawers or Fat House Entertainment, they're going to be like, oh, okay, because they know what they're going to get. People hear our records, they're radio ready. They're throw on the radio. They're not like demo stage. We make sure the record is cut
Hmm.
right.
Yep. Yep. Just gotta make sure, like the song is on point. It's like it's catchy. It's something like the producers could bop their head to, and like the fans will like
Mm-hmm.
that song.
Yep.
Okay. Besides a songwriting, what else does Chanel like to do?
I like to go on trips.
Yeah. What's your favorite place to go to on vacation?
Vacation, what is that? um,
Like a trip, like you said.
I haven't been on vacation in a long time.
Hmm.
I take trips to do music, places that I like. I love LA. I love Atlanta.
Hmm.
I'm actually going on my first trip in over 4 years with my cousin in August. We're going to Miami, and we're just going there for 5 days just to have fun and get fat and drink mojitos, mimosas, and laugh and eat and catch up on family stuff. It's a late birthday present. You know, so I'm excited. That'll be, and I can let you know about my favorite place after I leave there. Hmm.
Okay. So, how was it growing up in Patterson, New Jersey?
It was good. It was fun. Um, Again, every Saturday I would go to the CCP rec, hang out with the rappers and be a hip hop head, and have my mother come looking for me at 12 o'clock at night through the club, knowing my mother telling them my daughter only 14 years old. She don't got us being up in here looking for me, and they go on a microphone and go, Chanel, your mother's looking for you. Everybody looking around like, oh, sweat. You know what I mean? My mother, she went up in there and embarrassed
Uh-huh.
me. We caught ourselves hiding in the bathroom and opened the door, and they was right there, like about to walk out. We like, oh, got caught. But I still snuck out,
Yeah.
snuck out to go to the CCP rec because they used to do it. Like I can't even explain to you how dope it was just watching Cold Crush, watching LL Cool J, watching Cut Master DC, watching Kwame, watching Big Daddy Kane, watching Biz Markie. God bless the dead. Like
Rest in
Biz
peace.
was my guy. Watching him perform, and he was funny, and like he was just dope. You know what I mean? He really, he was the only, and still to this day, funny hip hop rapper for the culture. Shock G would be like the second one, but Biz, he was the numero uno.
Black Rob
Mhm.
DMX that will always tell it as it
Mhm.
is. It's like, it's on sad, like, like all these great
It was
rappers
a
are
lot of
like,
fun.
dying left to right. It's like, it's like, we just gotta pray that none of these artists